Sends 3 people to the hospital and leaves behind a burned out car near the Oak Street curve.
And for one Northwest Indiana family, storm cleanup means starting over. Their home is badly damaged with no insurance and nowhere to go.
The Bears are looking east. Indiana is now the team's sole stadium focus, but nearly half of fans polled say they're less likely to attend games there.
Streaming live from Chicago, ABC7 Eyewitness News at 7 starts now.
Thank you so much for joining us on ABC7Chicago.com, Disney Plus, and wherever you stream ABC7. I'm Diane Patthew. Terrell is out today.
And I'm Val Warner. So before an update on the weather and traffic, Chicago's lakefront is about to become the city's biggest stage. The Air and Water Show takes over this weekend, but the action starts early with rehearsal day today. Tracy Butler is live at North Avenue Beach. She has what you'll see, hear, and need to know before the first plane takes off. But Tracy, good morning to you.
Good morning, everybody. You know what? The thing I want you to know, Friday's practice rounds, it's a real show. Honest to goodness. I think it's the best kept secret. And especially since we may have a few weather challenges here tomorrow morning, if you can come on out and somehow see the practice rounds today, well, that would certainly be in your favor. Of course, we're going to have the Air Force Thunderbirds with us here flying, doing those practice rounds today. But over the weekend, things will try to get underway at about 10 o'clock in the morning, both Saturday and Sunday. We have the U.S. Army Golden Knights. We have Susan Dacey. Susan comes from a legacy of pilots, family pilots who are just amazing. They have been a part of this show for decades, and I am so happy to be part of this show for decades as well. Right here on the ground, reporting for you. We have the storm tracker out here this morning, High Sol, but we're not tracking any storms, thank goodness, right now at the lakefront. But I know you are tracking them for the weekend.
Yeah, that's right, Tracy. A beautiful morning for you right now. We are just muggy out there dealing with some patchy fog in some locations, and temperatures are into the 70s. But yes, we are done with the rain that we had overnight. A loop of the last 6 hours to show you that some of that rain was producing some frequent lightning and some pockets of heavy rain. So again, that has ended. I will go here to live Doppler 7 Max along with the National Weather Service radar in Romeoville just to show you that right now we are all dry, but we could still have a few very quick moving showers here this morning around 10-11 a.m. and then most of the afternoon is looking dry aside from a few sprinkles that fall. Then yes, this upcoming weekend we are tracking some storms moving in, especially throughout the morning hours on Saturday rather, with the chance for some heavy rain and some frequent lightning. Another round of storms likely in the afternoon on Sunday. Stephanie?
Starting off the expressways for a crash in the city's southwest side, 79th Street and Tripp Avenue, which is sort of near the Ford City Mall. Multi-vehicle crash, multiple injuries reported, so definitely expect a lot of emergency crews to be in this area working right now. On our expressways, the travel times aren't terrible, 25 minutes to get into downtown across most of them, but it has been a fairly active morning out there. Don't know if it's because of these slick driving conditions from that overnight rain. Take a look at our Tollway 2 camera, westbound Route 390. All lanes are blocked here at Plum Grove Road. Looks like they're allowing traffic to get by on the shoulder, but we have another 2-vehicle crash here in this area, so expect some delays on westbound Route 390. Back to you.
Stephanie, thank you. And another day of cleanup is beginning around the region, especially in Northwest Indiana. But one Portage family isn't just cleaning up.
They're trying to figure out where they're going to live next. Evelyn Holmes explains.
Well, along with the damage and destruction left behind by the storms, there are also pleas for help from a Portage woman after her childhood home she shares with her parents was demolished by the severe weather. Now, a recent college graduate, Dawn Guboyan, says her family doesn't have the money to cover the cost of repairs, making their future uncertain.
Currently, I feel like all of us are just in a lot of shock. I mean, it's one of those things that you hear happens to everybody else, but you never expect to happen to yourself.
Dawn Guboyan is sharing her family's story after her home that she shares with her parents was destroyed by storms on Tuesday. 2 trees fell on their trailer home in the Oak Tree Village Trailer Park, causing the roof to cave in. The 21-year-old and her parents, 76-year-old John and 56-year-old Wendy, have no place to live and don't have the money to make the repairs and are now unsure of what's next.
And we don't have homeowners insurance or anything like that. So it's definitely been a bit of a struggle to try to figure out where we're going to go next with things. We've definitely been like really gracious for all the support we've gotten from friends and family, definitely getting us through these tough times. But yeah, absolutely, like it's just terrible.
Right now, Dawn and her parents are shuttling between staying with friends and family, but certainly need a permanent solution pretty soon. Back to you.
The National Park Service is warning about high bacteria levels at Indiana Dunes after recent storms. The warning includes Central Avenue Beach, Porter Beach, and Portage Lakefront. Park leaders say stay out of that water until further notice. And long lines this morning at the Meyer gas station in Highland, Indiana. You can see a line of drivers wrapping around the block leading up to the pumps. Cleanup efforts continue in several other Northwest Indiana communities after devastating storms this week. The community is now banding together to help those in need.
Tens of thousands of homes and businesses are still without power this morning. Northwest Indiana is seeing some of the worst damages and worst outages. NIPSCO expects 90% of customers to have power back by the end of the day on Tuesday. Full restoration could take until next Friday.
Well, move-in day turned quite dangerous for some Illinois State University students in Normal. Video here shows what shared with ABC7 shows heavy rain and fierce winds hitting a residence hall. At one point, a large piece of glass falls and narrowly misses people. The university also lost power across campus, and power is back on though right now. Students and they will resume their move-in today as scheduled. Remember, you can check the very latest forecast anytime with our free ABC7 News app. Just scan that QR code right there that you see on your screen.
There's a community forum happening later today for families affected by the disturbing discovery at a Chicago funeral home and cemetery. Investigators found 56 decomposing bodies at South Chicago Chapel last week. Several have now been identified. Chicago police trying to locate the affected families. Investigators are also asking anyone who may be impacted to come forward. The chapel's owners also have ties to Bohemian National Cemetery and Crematorium. Officials say improperly stored bodies were found there last month. Today's forum runs from 3 to 7 at Genesis Ministry on South Hoyne.
3 people are in the hospital after this fiery crash on DuSable Lakeshore Drive. Chicago police say it happened just after 9 last night near the Oak Street curve. A blue sedan was heading south when it sideswiped another car. The sedan then hit the median and caught fire. 2 men, ages 22 and 20, and a 21-year-old woman were taken to Northwestern Hospital. Their conditions are unknown. The 45-year-old driver of the other car declined medical treatment.
The FAA is investigating after a tire blew on a United Airlines plane at O'Hare.
Tower, United 455 is rejecting the takeoff on 10 left. No assistance required at this time. Stand by for additional.
Definitely blew a tire. I can't tell you. I don't think it made it to us, but we saw lots of chunks of tire going down the runway.
The FAA says the pilots aborted takeoff. Passengers got off the plane safely. United says they were moved to another plane headed to Phoenix.
Heard like a loud boom, and then it just started shaking like crazy. Everybody was like going a little crazy, and my mom was getting scared. I was getting scared, but eventually we came to a stop. It was pretty scary though, I'm not gonna lie.
A similar incident happened 11 days ago over at Midway. The 2 front tires on a Southwest Airlines plane lost pressure as it landed from Fort Myers. Mechanics replaced the tires. The 737 was then towed to the gate with everyone still on board. No one was hurt. Passengers did describe that landing, though, as being very bumpy.
Well, employees at the Air Arts Institute of Chicago are pushing back against a plan to outsource custodial jobs. Union members picketed outside the museum last night, and they're concerned about jobs, pay, and benefits under a new contractor. Well, the Art Institute says it made the change to better support daily operations. The museum also says the new contractor has offered jobs to the entire custodial staff. The Chicago Bears appear to be moving closer to a new stadium in Indiana. Bears chairman George McCaskey says Indiana is now the team's sole focus. That is despite the Bears owning land in Arlington Heights.
It's going to require an adjustment, but when I've driven that route, other than a sign telling me so, I wouldn't know that I've just crossed the state border.
McCaskey and other Bears leaders gave a stadium update yesterday at Hallis Hall. McCaskey is downplaying concerns about crossing the state line, but some fans are pushing back. A recent poll from The Athletic found 45% would be less likely to attend a Bears game in Indiana. Half said the move would make no difference whatsoever, and just 4% said they would be more likely to go. Indiana lawmakers remain confident.
We communicate with them every week, once or twice, describe it using a football term, in the red zone.
Meanwhile, the Illinois House and Senate have passed separate stadium bills. Those measures still need to be reconciled.
Next week's boat show over at Navy Pier has been canceled just days before it was set to begin. This is video from last year. Navy Pier says outside market conditions forced the event to be pushed back to 2027. No other details have been released. Chicago's Air and Water Show returns this weekend, bringing huge crowds to the lakefront.
That's right, and the show doesn't just fill the sky, it also makes a big impact across the city.
Tracy Butler's live at North Avenue Beach with more on the show and what to expect this weekend. Trace.
Okay, you know what? It's so much fun here along the beach, and that is the bonus of having the Chicago Air and Water Show. We have this incredible beach right here against the city skyline, but we are going to preview a little competition here for you this morning. We have Alex right here, we have Brent right here, and they're going to see who can do their little badminton paddle with the birdies the longest. So, are you cheating? I mean, seriously? So come on, let's go. Let's go. Okay. I hate to say it, but I think Brent won. How is that even possible? Wow. Well, we're having fun out here this morning, but you know what? There's so much fun and so much acrobatics that goes on in the sky over this weekend, including today, the practice rounds from... Oh, Alex, are you okay? She's not okay. From flying F-16s to flying a biplane upside down like Alex is right now, well, over the Chicago lakefront, retired Air Force Colonel Ed Hamill is bringing decades of experience to this weekend's Air and Water Show. Now, Hamill has performed aerobatics at air shows for decades, and he spent 30 years in the Air Force where he flew F-16s. He has since performed for tens of millions of air show fans across North America, but he calls Chicago home.
I love coming home, first of all. I love the people of Chicago and flying for the people of Chicago and spreading the word about Folds of Honor and what they do for the families of military and first responders. But this venue right in front, right just north of Navy Pier, right on Lakeshore, with the Willis Tower and the John Hancock building, I just love the Chicago skyline. And I'm looking at that as well when I'm flying the show.
Wow. Well, Hamill flies the Folds of Honor biplane, partnering with, yes, of course, the nonprofit that provides educational scholarships to the families of fallen or disabled military members and first responders. It is a mission to honor their sacrifice, educate their legacy. Folds of Honor has awarded more than $340 million in scholarships over the last 30 years. And for Hamill, the performance is now about more than what he can do in the air. It's about using the air show space and the stage to honor those families who have sacrificed at home. So we appreciate that organization, Folds of Honor, so very much. All of the military members who participate in the Air and Water Show, and not just the military members, the civilian acts, the Chicago Fire Department, the Chicago Police Department. It is really a team effort. Speaking of team, you know, we're trying to get an ABC7 football team underway. Of course, I want to play QB. It's been tradition that my wide receiver has not caught the pass. But Brent, let's see what you got in the tank this year. All right, he's gone long, everybody. There he goes. There he goes. Well, the tradition continues. And it was a good throw.
Or maybe, I don't know, it might be the QB's fault. Maybe it's not the wide receiver. Maybe you overthrew. I'm just coming to Brent's.
You're blaming the QB?
I think she just did.
It's never the QB's
we're,
fault.
We're live. I heard her say live that it's the QB's fault.
I think the QB kind of overthrew it.
No, I said it's never the QB's fault.
I know
All
what
right,
you
let's
said.
get
we
an
know what
idea.
you said.
All right. Okay.
All right.
See?
It's perfect.
See, when you're underthrow, you got to know your
Perfect.
team there, QB. QB1. All right. Bye,
gals.
guys. You're live. Good stuff out there, Tracy. You're live on local news, just getting started as we stream out loud this morning. Coming up, Mars is taking artificial dyes out of several iconic candies. The surprisingly tricky science behind keeping every color recognizable.
Lightning strikes a Winnetka apartment building. More on the damage left behind straight ahead.
And this, Heisel is tracking the timing of this weekend's rain. Your ABC7 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.
Welcome back. Temperatures are into the upper 70s today. It's cloudy and most of the rest of the day is dry. We just have a few showers that could move in, mainly for our most western counties this morning. 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, we have some rain moving in. It's a line of showers and thunderstorms producing some heavy rainfall that could lead to flooding. Gusty winds are possible as well, and frequent lightning. Continuing the clock here to show you 10 in the morning, these showers and thunderstorms are still around, and then that low pressure system swirling on top of us should be moving out between about 1 and 3 p.m. Then as we head into Sunday, 7 in the morning, we're dry in the morning, and it's looking like it's not until the second half of the afternoon that we have the chance for storms, mainly after 3 p.m. And you continue to see that chance of storms as we go into the second half of the afternoon on Sunday. A look here at your 7-day forecast to show you that for the Bears game on Saturday, we may have a delay due to storms. Same thing for the air and water show, because we are looking at those storms to move out of here by the time we get to about 1 to 3 p.m. The chance for storms again on Sunday, and then dry by the time we kick off the week. Stephanie?
I have to keep a close eye on that one. Thank you, Heisel. Reports of a crash in Zion, Sheridan Road, and 33rd Street, so just a heads up there. Our expressways, though, really are not bad. Everything under 30 minutes to get into downtown. Let's give you an update of what the crash on westbound Route 390 looks like. Take a look at our Tollway 2 camera. This is reported at Plum Grove Road. Looks like they now have the left lane open here, so allowing traffic to get by, but it is slow going on westbound Route 390 right now. Back to you guys.
Okay, got it, Steph. Some Chicago school board members skip a key vote. Why the no-shows are raising questions. Also, Luigi Mangione could plead guilty today in the murder of United Healthcare's CEO.
Eyewitness News streaming at 7 continues after a break.
It's possible Luigi Mangione will plead guilty in the murder case of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Sources say the plea could be announced today during a federal court appearance. Mangione is accused of shooting and killing Thompson in New York in December of 2024. He faces charges in both federal and state court. Even with a guilty plea in the federal case, Mangione could still face a state trial. An apartment building in suburban Winnetka was damaged by an apparent lightning strike yesterday. You can see part of the chimney crumbling near Linden and Ash. Thankfully, no one was hurt.
Some Chicago school board members skipped a special meeting on 2 revenue measures. In fact, no members were there when the meeting was called yesterday morning. The board was set to vote on 2 questions for the November ballot. Both measures passed, but 7 members who supported CPS's controversial budget did not attend.
Perhaps they didn't want to vote no. But what it does demonstrate to me is a lack of leadership.
Some of those members say they had work or personal commitments. The vote was largely symbolic. Both ballot questions are non-binding.
Infiniti of Chicago is hosting a back-to-school giveaway today. It runs from 3 to 6 this afternoon at the dealership near 27th and State. Free backpacks filled with school supplies will be available while supplies last.
Still to come this morning, more of today's top stories, plus weather and traffic, all coming up.
Now, an update from ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Good morning, it's 7:23. I'm Diane Patthew. This morning, 3 people are in the hospital after a fiery crash on DuSable Lakeshore Drive. Chicago police tell us it happened just after 9 last night at the Oak Street curve. CPD says a blue sedan was traveling southbound when it sideswiped another car. That blue sedan then hit the median and caught fire. 2 men, ages 22 and 20, and a 21-year-old woman were all transported or taken to Northwestern Hospital. Their conditions are not known this morning. The 45-year-old driver of the car declined medical attention in that other vehicle. Let's get a check now of the ABC7 AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Haisol Martinez. Haisol.
Good morning, Diane. Right now, most of us are dry, but we're not done just yet with the rain. There could still be a few showers this morning if this holds together. You can see it's pushing towards us, so we could have some showers mainly west and south of the city here throughout the morning hours, and then the afternoon is looking dry. But zooming in here to live Doppler 7 Max just to show you that right now most of us are dry. Then tomorrow, the chance to have some showers and thunderstorms, and our main time window looks to be from about 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. where we'll have a low pressure system on top of us, bringing in heavy rainfall, frequent lightning, and the potential to have some flooding. Sunday, another round of storms. This time around, it's mainly in the afternoon. And then we're finally dry on Monday. Stephanie's back with a check on traffic after this.
It's starting the day with hope. Knowing you're in the right place. Having access to advanced treatments and the most experienced cancer experts. When you're facing cancer, it's not just one thing that makes the difference. It's everything. The big, the small, the unexpected, that helps you keep moving forward. Advocate Healthcare. Cancer care that makes the difference.
Good morning, everyone. Travel times really aren't terrible out there right now. Should take you no more than 30 minutes to get into downtown, but we have been dealing with some pretty slick driving conditions from all that overnight rain. So again, just be cautious as you're heading out the door. Sounds like crews just cleared this crash southbound I-57 near 107th Street. No longer seeing big delays there, but take a look at our Tollway 1 camera westbound Route 390, 2 lanes blocked at Plum Grove Road.
Welcome back, streamers. Live look outside at 7:27 this morning. You know what? We're in for a slightly rainy day, right? All the days are kind of running together. I don't know what today is.
I know. We're saying the same thing over and over again.
It is Friday.
It's Friday.
You're reminded by Russa Lopez in our studio that it is Friday, so we're going to get through it. A Chicago area classic is still shining after 80 years. Turtle Wax is celebrating its 80th anniversary today. The company launched the first bottle liquid car wax in 1946. Dang, do you remember Turtle Wax? 8 decades later, it is still a family-owned and sold around the world.
Time now, Festival Friday. Look at some of the fun things happening around our area. We start at the Glenwood Avenue Arts Fest. It is back in Rogers Park. This marks their 25th year. The free festival features more than 150 local and visiting artists. There will also be more than 25 live music and dance performances too, plus art demonstrations, open studios, food, and plenty of things to do for the kids. That fest runs through Sunday. Fan Expo Chicago is back in Rosemont. The city's longest running comic and pop culture convention is taking over the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center. Thousands of fans are expected for comics, sci-fi, horror, anime, gaming, and more. More than 80 celebrity guests will be part of the fun. And get ready to race at the new F1 Arcade Chicago in River North. It opens today with an immersive Formula One experience. That venue features 61 full motion racing simulators. There's also a bar with specialty cocktails, a special food menu featuring local flavors.
Coming up this morning, streaming at 7, the candy looks familiar, but what it's inside is changing. We go inside the lab, reinventing some of America's favorite sweets.
The candy, as we mentioned, looks familiar. We're going to talk about that coming up. And we're going to hear from Herb Hunter, the voice behind the thrills, the man calling the action at this year's Air and Water Show.
Streaming live from Chicago, ABC7 Eyewitness News at 7 continues.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It's Friday, August 14th. Live look outside. Heisel, break it down for us again. I know I've been listening to you all morning. We've just got a mixed bag of stuff.
The thing is, like, there's rain every day, and you're like, which day is today?
What time?
No, I know. It's
hard to keep up. And I can only imagine for you.
And it's hard to, with the timing with these, it's not easy forecast. So temperature today, temperatures today eventually reach into the upper 70s. Right now we're at 72 degrees. Visibility is at 3 miles at O'Hare. 10 is perfect, so it's patchy fog that we're dealing with. Once it gets to about a mile or below that, that's when it becomes dense. So some patchy fog right now. It's cloudy, it's muggy, but we're mainly rain free unless you're in LaSalle County. We're now starting to see another round of some showers and thunderstorms move in there. I'll zoom into live Doppler 7 Max to show you that there is lightning associated with some of those storms. Here's a look at the rest of this morning. We could still have a few showers around, maybe a couple of downpours around 9-10 a.m. for our most western counties, but notice that that kind of fades away. Most of the afternoon is dry, and then the chance for some storms here as we head into this weekend. Stephanie?
We do have a couple crashes in the suburbs, so let's walk you through some of those. Hanover Park, Lake Street, and Walnut Avenue, heads up there. Then over in Westmont, Ogden and Cass Avenue. We are seeing some delays on Ogden there. Looking at our expressways right now, everything under 30 minutes to get into downtown, but forewarning, it has been a pretty active morning out there on the road, so just take it slow in case you run into some slick spots. Back to you.
Thank you, Steffi. On Route 66, the fastest way isn't always the best way. Most smartphone apps are built to shave minutes off the trip, but on this road, that can mean skipping very cool places that are worth seeing.
So for his centennial journey from Chicago to California, Ryan Cheverini went old school. Today, he meets the man who wrote and illustrated the guide helping him stay on Route 66.
Route 66 is a long, winding road, a patchwork of small-town main streets, highway frontage roads, and stretches that run alongside miles of train tracks. The alignment shifted decade to decade, from the 1930s through the 1960s. Sometimes navigating the mother road can take a little faith, but we had some divine intervention.
This has been our Bible along the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's been our roadmap, our Bible.
First published in 2005, the Easy 66 Guide for Travelers is now in its 6th edition for the centennial year. We tracked down the author and illustrator Jerry McClanahan at his art gallery in Chandler, Oklahoma.
What brought the passion for Route 66 for you?
Sitting in the back seat as a kid, we would hit 66 at Victorville and we'd follow it through Oklahoma City. Looked forward to vacation every year. As an adult, I wanted to try to recapture what I missed as a kid.
Jerry said he missed a lot as a kid because his dad didn't like to make stops on the route.
He would make me pee in a paper cup.
But those long trips east on the Mother Road sparked Jerry's love for drawing, which eventually led to his life's calling.
I started looking at road atlases, but I noticed they didn't show all the curves, and that annoyed me. So I started I'd look past Mom and Dad and try to draw the straightaways and the curves.
How long will something like this take you?
I don't keep track because I don't want to know how pitiful my minimum wage is. I am obsessed by the details. It's like this one with the reflections in it. Halfway through, I'm saying, why did I put all the reflections in that painting?
I had a 62 Cadillac. That was my first car was a 62 Caddy.
There's so many creative people on Route 66. Artists, photographers, makers, just everything.
I know you guys all know each other. It's
Sure.
like a brotherhood, a fraternity, or whatever you want to call it. It seems like everybody cares for each other deeply.
Sure.
Jerry, how good does it feel to be able to not only share your passion with others, but help them experience it like you are with us?
I really love being able to be a part of keeping these places open. I'm able to publicize them. I never take money for advertising. It's great to be a part of that long community of Route 66 shops and people and visitors.
Before we left, Jerry made sure to update our 5th edition Easy Guide by hand, because we plan on stopping at every place the Palisade takes us.
And you can catch more of our peer-to-peer series celebrating 100 years of Route 66. Watch every Thursday on ABC7 Eyewitness News at 4.
Some of America's favorite candies are now getting a makeover. This morning, M&M's, Skittles, and Starburst are available without artificial food dyes. Mars gave ABC News a look inside the labs behind the change. The new recipes use colors found in nature. So beets make red, turmeric makes yellow, spirulina helps create the green and the blue. Mars says more than 13,000 customers tested these changes.
I will say, I cannot tell any difference between the two.
And that is what our consumers said too.
Yeah. Mars says blue and brown were the hardest colors to recreate. The FDA is also working to phase out some artificial food dyes. So course, the question is, if the taste stays the same and the color changes a little bit, does that matter?
I mean, it's great.
It's great.
Right, yeah.
Obviously.
Why
Did it
were
take
we
so
doing
long?
it in the first place?
They get those vibrant colors
like,
because it's
are-
candy, but yeah, you don't need it.
Do you know what I mean? All
Say that about
matters-
a lot of foods, yeah, a
All
lot of
that
packaged
matters
foods.
is that it tastes good.
Well, but it has to look good. Think about it. You don't want to taste something that looks nasty, or it's like.
Or you're not going to reach
color.
for it if it
Yeah.
doesn't look appetizing. You're
I
not gonna
think
reach for
that's mentally like, you know,
Absolutely.
like if you
But
see
it-
something that looks nasty or is like a
still-
funky
it still
color, are you
looks
going to want
good
it?
now without the artificial flavor? That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
that green one didn't look good.
Hey, it's a little funky.
That green one looked like olive.
Got some questions.
Like maybe Lake Michigan on a bad day.
The Chicago River.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my
I
guess.
I get what you're saying, but it kind of tells as Americans, like, we need something bright, colorful in order to
And
reach
Rosa brought up
it.
another point. It was cheaper to do it that
Oh,
way.
I like this view right here. So there's the original on the left and then the new one to the right. Like, I don't see a difference at all.
It's
So
subtle.
I would much rather.
I mean, the
not
benefits
as
have
vibrant.
to outweigh,
Yeah.
you know, like the colors. We should be having chemicals in our candy.
or in anything else. But that's a story for another
Let's
day.
start there.
Let's
just
at
start
least
with
we're
that.
starting with the candy.
Right.
Starting somewhere.
Okay. So the twice-a-year time change could be running out of time.
Oh, not this again. Really? The House passed a bill that would make daylight saving time permanent nationwide. Supporters say it could boost business and outdoor activities. Critics warn darker mornings could come with health and safety concerns. We talk about this like 100,000 times every year. Would you rather have more daylight in the evening or more light in the morning?
Why don't they just pass it if they keep like proposing legislation every stinking year, you know?
Why are we talking about this again now, though?
Yeah.
Is it coming up?
It's nothing's going to change. It hasn't changed
you mean-
ever.
you
Like
mean daylight
Yeah,
saving
yeah.
time. Oh, yeah. It's coming up.
in November, right?
November?
November.
Oh, we got 2 months.
No.
I
was like, why are we bringing
asked
this
me
up
about
now?
the bill, and I was like, I don't know if the voting is coming.
No,
in.
November is the solstice or whatever, right?
Oh my goodness. All right, well, let's take a quick break. ABC7 Eyewitness News continues streaming out loud after the break.
All right, so daylight saving time ends on November 1st overnight, and then we fall back. Temperatures today are into the upper 70s, and we're still looking at a sunset close to 8 p.m. It's right before, but we already had our last 8 p.m. sunset this last weekend. Temperatures today again into the upper 70s. A look at futurecast. 6 in the morning, the chance for some showers and thunderstorms for our most western counties. Continuing the clock here to show you that there's a low pressure system swirling on top of us. 10 a.m. pockets of heavy rain that could lead to flooding, frequent lightning, heavy rainfall, maybe some gusty winds as well. We are under a level 1 out of 5 for severe weather on Saturday. And then notice here this rain moving out of here between 1 and 3 p.m. Then on Sunday, notice here 7 in the morning, it's dry. This time we flip it around, the chance to have some rain as we head into the afternoon. Here's a look to show you around 4 p.m. Some pockets of heavy rain start to develop in the area, and we could have some storms throughout the evening hours as well, and that's for Sunday. A look here at your 7-day forecast to show you that Into next week, we finally dry things out after having a bit of an unsettled weather pattern. Monday and Tuesday look dry with a high close to 80. Stephanie?
All right, well, heads up, everyone. Starting at 9 o'clock, they will be doing some scheduled bridge lifts starting at Ashland to Randolph. They need to get some heavy machinery into the downtown area for the Lake Street Bridge reconstruction project. So about every 15 minutes or so, starting at 9 o'clock, they will be periodically lifting those bridges to allow those boats and heavy machinery to get through. Our expressways right now still fairly lowish, medium volume of traffic, 30 minutes to get into downtown. But take a look at our Tollway 1 camera westbound Route 390. Here is the improvement that is being made past Plum Grove Road, where we had a rollover pickup truck. That is why it's taken such a long time to get this out of the way. It looks like they are making improvement. Left lane still open to traffic to get by. Just some slight delays here. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Steph. The Air and Water Show takes over Chicago's lakefront this weekend.
Tracy Butler has been live at North Avenue Beach all morning long. She has a preview with one of the stars of this exciting showcase.
Well, here we are once again with the guy I say is the star of the show. And it is Herb Hunter, the voice, the face. I mean, he sings, he dances, everything, honestly.
Herb the dancing bear.
Yeah. You're a big teddy bear to me, that's for sure. Buddy, what are you excited about? What are you happy about for this year's show?
I think overall, I'm really just happy that it's as good as it is, because with all the deployments worldwide with the war right now, we were really afraid that we would lose a lot of acts. And the fact that we have the F-22, and that we have the Thunderbirds here, and that the Golden Knights are here. I mean, these are, this is a big deal. Our civilian acts, they were going to be here, and we appreciate all the work that Rich Byrne has done in bringing together the show, but it's just really a stacked program for all that's going on in the world. I'm really happy about that.
You've had so many observations because you've been doing this show a very long time. I mean, I could ask you, how have you seen it change, but we would need another hour. But roughly, what changes have you been excited to see?
I've been excited to see the evolution of the size of the crowds that we can have here, and the fact that so many young people still come out and care about it, because that's really what airplanes are about, is the excitement they bring in, the kid that's in all of us. And so I'm excited that what it means to the city, because I think it's a showplace for the city, and I know they appreciate it. I know I appreciate it, and I'm thankful that Al Benedict started it back in 1959.
And you flew in this show yourself as a kid pilot.
I was a kid, yes. I was a young co-pilot on a KC-135 in 1979 when I first flew in the show, and then my first year to announce the show was 1988. So I'm like a bad penny. I just keep turning up.
But you're a shiny one, that's for sure. That's for sure. This year's show, we'll be watching weather, of course, but they can get around pretty much almost anything except lightning, of course.
Lightning's a problem. Lightning, the city's got to worry about people getting hurt down here, so then they want to get people off the beach area, and that's one of the issues. You have a huge crowd, where do you put all the people? Right. That's a problem. So, but we take care of the people first, and that's where we go.
Well, thank you for taking care of us. I mean, you and I have been together, I think we figured 3 decades. We miss our Jerry dearly. We always got to recognize him because he was always such an integral part of this.
Chicago's Top Gun's a Wet and Wild Weekend. That was our show.
It was our show. Yeah. We still have our show. Thank you, buddy, for being with us.
Thank you very much. Absolutely. Great to be with you, Tracy.
Always. Back to you.
Thank you, Trace. Always good to see her. Disney fans descending on Anaheim. A sneak peek at the movies, experiences, and surprises waiting inside this year's D23.
Disney Magic is taking over Anaheim this weekend. Fans from all 50 states and 38 countries are gathered for D23.
New movies, experiences, and exclusive merchandise are on display. George Pinocchio gets an inside early look.
We have surprise after surprise pretty much every day.
The chief creative officer for Walt Disney Animation Studios thinks fans will be happy with what's coming their way. This November, we head into the world of witches with Hexed, which is on display at this convention.
This is Bucket over here. Bucket is a living, breathing cauldron. He becomes sort of a companion because it's almost like a little dog that follows her around.
Pixar is showing off a cat with Gato, one of its movies for next year. This year's convention is using almost 1 million square feet of space.
The bar gets raised every time we do this, and I think we love to exceed our fans' expectations, and I think we're going to do that this year for sure.
Disney's Imagineers are here detailing projects announced at the last convention 2 years ago.
We're showing off the progress of all of those projects, and there are projects all around the world.
Around the convention center, you can take part in immersive experiences, like a trip to the Grammys red carpet, or a visit to American Horror Story. Maybe pose with Paul Bettany's costume from the upcoming Disney Plus series Vision Quest, or be a part of Camp Rock 3. Hey, I tried. This 3-day affair features hundreds of things to do, with more than 100 stars making appearances. And then there's the shopping. This year, more space for spending than ever before. Disney Consumer Products Global Creative Director Bobby Kim has a new item for Disney fans, but he says there's plenty here to love.
They've done some very irreverent takes on Disney IP and plush. There are trash cans from the parks that they've converted into stuffed animals. And there's also a character that I love. His name is Fuzzball.
In the end, it's all about the fans.
They all come here for the same reason, to celebrate their fandom. And they just have a good time doing it. They're having so much fun. This is their Super Bowl.
With everything going on here, I think we're in for an incredible weekend here at D23, the ultimate Disney fan event. In Anaheim, California, George Pinocchio for ABC News.
Look how cute they look. They always look so cute. On the way, a sweet summer favorite is getting its moment today. The cool classics that we're celebrating ahead.
Plus, car tracking cameras are raising privacy concerns. The change is coming after reports of police misuse.
Eyewitness News streaming at 7 continues after a break.
First time in life.
Taking a look at this morning's top stories, people in Northwest Indiana still cleaning up after devastating storms this week. Indiana's governor has declared a statewide disaster emergency. National Guard members are helping with the recovery effort in Lake County, Indiana.
Families impacted by investigations into a Chicago funeral home and cemetery are being invited to a community forum today. Investigators found 56 decomposing bodies at South Chicago Chapel last week. Several of them have now been identified. Chicago police are trying to locate affected families.
A second person has pleaded guilty in an attack on 2 Jewish DePaul University students. Kasim Nubani pleaded guilty to committing that hate crime. He's been sentenced to 600 days in jail with credit for time served. Video showed that November 24 attack on Max Long, who was a reservist in the Israeli Defense Forces, and his friend Michael Kaminsky. The other suspect, Adam Erkin, pleaded guilty to 2 misdemeanor battery charges last year.
A custody fight over a newborn is raising difficult questions. This is a very interesting story about surrogacy and medical care. So a surrogate gave birth in Texas after refusing the biological parent's request to end the pregnancy. The baby has a rare life-threatening heart condition that they found out in the middle of the pregnancy. Well, the biological parents now have custody while the newborn remains under specialized medical care.
A surveillance system meant to catch criminals is now under scrutiny itself. Flock says it's tightening rules for its more than 120,000 license plate cameras nationwide. The changes follow reports that some officers use the system to track women. Flock will now delete data after 7 days, require case numbers, and flag any suspicious searches. Hi, Sol.
All right, let's take one last look at your 7-day forecast to show you that today we do have the chance for some spotty showers this morning, but the afternoon is mainly dry, upper 70s for our temperatures. The window for storms tomorrow is mainly looking to be between about 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. May linger until 2, 3 o'clock, something we'll be watching. Another round of storms in the afternoon on Sunday. Finally dry for the day on Monday.
Okay, thank you, Heisel. And for the very latest breaking news, weather and traffic, ABC7 is now live on Disney+. Find us anytime under that live tab right there on Disney+ and everywhere you stream.
And before we end this hour, today is National Creamsicle Day. It celebrates that classic mix of orange and vanilla, a cool excuse to enjoy one of summer's sweetest throwbacks.
Yeah, I've been so focused on the rain and whether it's gonna rain, not gonna rain. What's the temperature today?
Upper 70s, so about 78 for the high.
It's cool.
But
keep it out.
78 is cool.
That was darn near cold.
But when it's muggy outside, it doesn't. It's different when you have a very dry 78 versus a very muggy.
Moist.
Yeah, it'll still like hug you. It's still gonna be warm outside.
It'll still hug you. Do you want me to hug you?
The little particles, the little.
You cold?
I'm
really cold. Look at my hands.
You are cold.
Yes.
But you have such a warm heart.
Yeah, that's
cold body though. I'm really cold inside. I'm really mean.
No, she is not.
Yes, I am. I'm tough.
This body. Get out of here.
You be scared of me.
Exactly. Ain't nobody scared of you. Get out of here.
Not even your kids. Not even.
Not even.
Especially that one who just called me talking about sit up straight. Stop stretching your words.
Miss Zoe.
Girl, bye.
Miss Zoe.
You better take note.
Telling us what to do. I love it.
Now, an update from ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Good morning. It's 7:56. I'm Diane Patthew. This morning, tens of thousands of homes and businesses in Northwest Indiana are still without power following this week's storms. NIPSCO tells us they're expecting 90% of customers to get power back by the end of the day on Tuesday. It'll be a longer time for when power is fully restored. That's not going to happen until at least a week from today. And now let's go ahead and check our forecast with meteorologist Heisel Martinez. Heisel. Actually, we're going to take